and gentlemen, hello, welcome, NovaMeets podcast. We're doing highlights on YouTube, as you can see.
Or like that, like where your boxes are, it just makes it look flatter.
Welcome to the Citroen C3. So
nice, yeah.
They're alright. Never went with French.
What happened to your Mini?
It's just a sort of subject, I don't want to talk about it.
That is every day that we were in America. So America was a 50-mile run one day, unless I went the wrong way, and then it was much further. And then 150 miles the next day on my bike.
A little drive to the gym. Just before we start as well, have a look in there. Look at that,
Right.
Fantastic.
I don't really wear sunglasses.
Oh yeah?
No.
What about when you're running and that?
Yeah, I might do on my bike. Even had a look. Another place.
Oh, that's keen, isn't it?
Randomly, this guy turns up in his Jeep, and I'm thinking he's going to shoot me, because I've seen all these signs where it says trespassers in America will just get shot if they're on, if you're on their land, they'll shoot you. So anyway, he turned up and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I told him. He was like, "Give us 2 minutes." Walks inside and he just went into the Gatorade fridge and just got like 10 Gatorades out and was like, "There you go, take as many as you need."
An oasis, wasn't it?
It was just amazing.
I would call you an inspirational human being. A Yorkshire inspirational human being. For people who don't know, this is Samboatwright. July 22nd, you're doing a mammoth. I'm going to call it mammoth, alright?
Yeah, that is
a mammoth triathlon.
Yep.
Hey! Well, that's very nice. That's
Yeah,
that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, they're a bit flipping. They're nice because
Aerodynamic it needs to be.
Exactly. I think as well that's the whole thing, isn't it? People underestimate the city, and it's one of those things, underestimate at your peril, because Bradford is an hard city. It knows how to fight, it knows how to dig in and produce greatness. Designed this one myself. So Icon basically said, "Right, what do you need?" I said, "Right, I need a tri-suit. I need you to design it." So they basically come up with it to suit me. So July the 22nd, hopefully, if weather conditions permit, swim the channel, then get to France and you get a little pilot boat back, get back to the UK, then do Land's End Johnny Groats, which is 854 mile on my bike. That's in one sitting, so just as fast as I can, all in one, no sleeping, not really resting, you just get off to go to the toilet or whatever. Trying to do that in less than 44 hours. So most people do it as like, like an holiday, 3-week sort of jaunt type thing. So yeah, do that in less than 44 hours. And then when I get to the top, I'm going to try and run back down, and to try and break the world record is to try and do 100 miles a day for 9 days. But I don't think I'm going to do it like that, because I've been thinking about how to break it down. Because before, when I ran 50 mile, I kind of just ran 50 miles. Some days it might take me 9 hours, some days it might take me 17 hours. But no matter what time it was, you don't just get in and go boom, back straight to sleep, and start to recover. You get in, you'll have something to eat, you'll have a, potter around, try and get your trainers off, because you can't usually bend down too well. So I thought, if I just go for like an arbitrary 100 mile and say, right, after 100 mile, that's me, I'm just going to rest then, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be able to fall asleep. So what I'm going to try and do is just run as fast and as far as I can for as long as I possibly can. So that means I can make 3 days, and I can just do 3 days of constant running and then drop, and then I'll just try and do that again, and I'll just do that as many times as it takes to get down. Now hopefully that might mean that I break the record. If not, hopefully it means I'll be happy if I can get within 10% of it, having thought of what's gone before. So that's the plan. 854 mile up, 854 mile back down. So like this now, if I thought about where this reminds me of and what it reminds me of, I was having a really bad day in Ohio. I was in absolute flipping pieces. I was not running well, and
headphones had broken because I'd been sweating too much. And we were in the middle of nowhere, so I couldn't buy a new pair of headphones, so I couldn't listen to my music. So what the guys did was we had CB radios to be able to talk to each other, and I would have an earpiece in. So what the guys did was they held the CB radio next to the radio in the van, and then played the songs like through my earpiece that way, and instead of through my phone. And this was the first song that was on, Jack and Diane, John Mellencamp.
Where this world record coming up.
Yeah.
Which it is, isn't it? It's, if you smash this, you've.
Yeah. If I break the swim, I have no chance of breaking the world record of the swim. For a start, Guinness World Record won't even condone it as a record attempt because it's too dangerous. So they don't say that it is a world record attempt. So the Channel Swim Association have their own.
Is a dog dreaming?
Yeah.
It's cute, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just having like a little dream.
That's wow, a little dream.
Well, the other problem that you've got is, this is classic. Rocky's like the greatest. I think if I could relate how I am to a film, this is how I want people to think about me, because they look at me and they think there is no way on earth you should be able to run 100 miles.
Yeah, I do think you're mental.
Yeah.
But in a nice way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But you've got so much kind of drive and determination. You're one of them people who've got ambition as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable thing. Stuff you've done in the past.
I just trained myself to go on 4 hours sleep, and I'm not saying that's every day. Some days, like
treat yourself to 5.
Yeah, I might lay in, but I can't lay in a long time. This is what you were talking about. It smells like Teen Spirit.
What a bander.
This is.
You started it?
Yeah. The problem that you've got is when you're listening to certain types of music, Run a Long Way, you've got to be careful that you don't run too fast. This song comes on in my headphones, I'll speed up. So yeah, it's...
You started it?
Yeah.
It's Dave Grohl, innit?
Yeah. I think Kurt Cobain described him as metronomic and how he hit the drum. Each day we'll focus on a different discipline.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, got an early morning swim set.
Yeah.
So the pool don't open till 6, so I can't get in there that early. But I'll come over here. I'll either sit on the bike first for 45 minutes, so I'll get here about 5:15, and then sit on the bike till 6, then go up to the pool, get in the pool, and I'll do an hour, maybe an hour and a half in the pool, then go to work.
Who's in your top 3 bands then?
Green Day.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, I love Green Day. I'd probably go Green Day, Nirvana, Foo Fighters, but obviously, with Nirvana not being there now. I do like Kings of Leon. Some of their stuff's really good to cycle to. I've got 3 classes, like fitness classes, back to back. So I'll cycle back from work, get here, I see a PT client first of all, and then at 5:20 I've got first spin. Then just after 6 I start the next spin class, and then at 7 o'clock I start a kettlebell class. Then I have the quickest shower ever. I basically just get in, spin round 3 times, cover myself in soap, and then I come back out and I've got a PT client, and then I'll cycle home.
Who would you say most supportive people in your lives are?
My brothers, my mum and dad. I would hate to be my mum and dad. It must be the hardest job ever. This is about as technical as I get. Obviously, what I really like, and again, sponsors kind of permitting, is I have this set up in my house. If they can't, then it means every day I drive over here, and I don't know if you ever used Zwift, but Zwift is like a computer game, but it's linked. So I go onto here, this is what's up, it's like a made up world, but then I can see all these people are real, and I will cycle against them. Yeah, a bit of Marvin Gaye.
Absolutely. I mean.
This is also because Remember the Titans is one of my favourite films. Have you ever watched it?
No.
It's about an American football team, and it's at a time when America was split through race really badly, and this team basically had to have black and white players on the team, and they got a black coach, and they were the first ones to do it. And it's based on a true story of how they kind of came together, and it helped galvanise a town and a state in the end.
Amazing.
Generally, I'm pretty good with diet. You know, I'm one of those people who can pretty much eat whatever and not put weight on, but recently I've needed to, well, first of all, when I was going to swim the channel, I needed more body fat. That's why at the moment I'm probably carrying a little bit more than what I would normally at this time, because
Where?
because I didn't want to freeze to death.
Right.
I did a practice swim a couple of weeks ago, and I've never been that cold in my life. It were literally making me slur my words. I was that cold. Pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah.
You're a pizza guy?
Yeah.
I bet you compile some pizza though now, can't you? Calories you.
Well, that's it. It's, you know, when you're doing 7,000 a day, you can fairly get through it. So vegan stuff is interesting because I'm not sure how well I'd be able to do this stuff if I was on a pure vegan diet. Now I'm sure people will say to me, or vegans would say to me, oh well, you can because there's this and this. Yeah. But sometimes I'm like, flipping heck, you know, I need the protein to recover, or I need this, or I need that to get it out of tofu or whatever you get it out of. You know, I just would find to be too difficult, I think.
Country music fan, or would you say it's something that is?
There's a couple of songs that I like, but not massively, no.
Yeah, I'm a bit like that.
I do like this.
Nice.
Gotta have a bit of Queen in there.
You've got to have a bit. Have you seen the Bohemian Rhapsody film?
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
Piano player though.
Yeah.
You seem to forget how good he is on the piano.
Yeah. I love it.
They don't make them like this anymore.
No.
Production and stuff like that, and to say they didn't have the facilities they have now within studios and stuff, it was literally raw.
Yeah.
It was on tape. Yeah, it was old school. It was. You had to sing in key. Do you know what I mean? There was none of this auto tuning on vocals and stuff like that. You always wear the kind of. It's comfortable.
These have.
Comfortable. Do you know what I mean?
These have been with me a while. These came across America with me. Again, got them off eBay. So they're absolutely battered and they stink, but they are a pair that, you know, I just sweated. So it's like, well, it's like this bike here. This is the bike that went across America. You know,
is that the one?
Yeah, absolutely battered to bits. And the only reason it's not got its back wheel on is because sometimes when I'm doing the classes, I sit on a turbo trainer and do that.
The boss, innit?
Yeah.
Get me? The boss.
Yeah, when we went across America again, this was a album that I listened to just all the way through it.
You can picture it, can't you?
There ain't a bad song on this album. Entire album, I love every track on it. Yeah,
Glory days.
Absolutely love it.
Our music can bring people in a content space like a stadium or a venue, an arena. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's unbelievable, isn't it? It just gels people, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those things as well. You know, I think back to basic training, and I think about the songs that were on then. And during basic training, Red Hot Chili Peppers had just released Californication, the album, and we all sang Other Side and Scar Tissue.
Wow.
You know, and I just remember it so clearly. So yeah, and I'm sure that anyone else that was there at that time would remember that.
I should have bought my shorts really, but my legs, more hairy than dog. Oh, I love that. Good little road trip. Now I know, you know what I mean. I know your musical.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
I will listen to anything.
I'll send you some playlists.
Yeah.
I'll send you some.
Send us some through, or just create them on Spotify, and I'll just follow you on there.
One thing, like you mentioned, we've been chatting across the last few weeks and stuff. You describe yourself like people think you're like a robot.
Yeah.
Just kind of elaborate on that. What you meant by that?
I think people think that I have no emotion, you know, like so, and or that you don't feel pain, you know, and that's an hard thing it's an hard thing for me to say I don't. You know, I'm not like that, because in some ways I have to be very kind of single-minded with certain bits. But I mean, like, to try and give people some context, you know, we were supposed to do this last week, but me, Kerry, we'd had some fairly bad news, really. You know, and it was one of those things where we'd found out, I think about a month ago, that Kerry was pregnant. You know, and it's like the best feeling ever, because she'd set it all up, you know, to you know, so that, like, Nelly was kind of like saying that she was going to be a big sister and things like that. So it was really amazing. And then 2 weeks later, and this is why I kind of some days just think, is it all worth it, you know? Because then I'm sat on the bike, I wasn't even here, I was flipping on that sodding bike, and you know, I get a message off Kerry. Weirdly, I never ever look at my phone while I'm on the bike. I don't really message off the bike, because I kind of just sit, and I think to myself, if I use my phone, then I'll start to think that I need it while I'm out, you know. So I try and make it as real as possible for being outside. I was actually on the watt bike in the gym, you know, and for whatever reason I just decided to look. I saw it flash up and I decided to look, and it was Kerry just saying, something's not right, you know, something's going wrong, we need to go to the hospital. So went to A&E. So I literally just jumped off the bike, absolutely flipping caked in sweat, and, you know, jumped off the bike, and yeah, came down, picked Kerry up, and she was just in pain. And I think, I mean, I'm sure you'd be the same with your girlfriend. It's that thing where you can't do anything. There's, as much as you want to help, you can't do anything. Went to A&E and saw some doctors, and they just said, yeah, the likeness is you've had a miscarriage. So so yeah, that just kind of made me think, you know, I kind of just like, the bike's nothing then, is it? You know, the bike's, I don't care. I just didn't care about anything at that point. You know, all I wanted to do was make sure that Kerry was okay, that Nelly was okay. You know, and we came back here, and Kerry was just, you know, it's like saying sorry. And I just thought, yeah, what are you sorry for,
yeah,
you know? And it absolutely flipping broke me, you know, for her to be saying, oh, I'm sorry. And I just thought, that I was just more sorry that I couldn't do more, that I couldn't, you know, that you can't help. So yeah, the last kind of 2 weeks has been really tough, because I know that I'm getting close to swim the channel, but we're trying to get over that, and Kerry's trying to get kind of a body back to normal, you know, because it starts to change. You start to kind of sit and make plans as well of, oh, we're going to have another baby, you know, we're going to have a bigger family. Plus it was Father's Day as well, and Kerry had written a card to me, and she'd like written it with her left hand, you know, to make it look like Nelly had written it. But she wrote it and then just said, and from Bump. And I think that bit just, you know, that bit to me, then I was almost at that point where I just thought, I don't want to swim, I don't want to get on my bike, I don't want to run anywhere. I just want to kind of close everything off and just make sure that, you know, Kerry and Nelly are okay. And it took a couple of days of being almost angry, but then I think as well, it took a couple of days of like talking to other people, and that's what they say that blokes don't do. And that's why when people say to me, oh well, you must just be able to block things out, but there's certain things that you want to kind of say to people, there's certain things. And one of my best mates, you know, he's been through absolute hell. You know, you might know him. It was his wife that was murdered in Aldi. She was murdered about just a year and a half ago,
Skipton?
In Skipton, yeah. She was stabbed in Aldi, and any time that things get really bad, and every time I feel like complaining about how hard things have been, I think about him, because he's got a little girl, you know, and he's now mum and dad, and I was chatting to him about it, and he turned around to me and he just said, mate, he goes, you'll be amazed at how many people it's happened to. He said, we had it 7 times, and I just thought, flipping heck, it kind of puts it into perspective. It makes you feel a bit like other people understand your pain. And it also makes you feel like you're not the only one. You will get through it, and it just took that, I think, and it made me and Kerry quite much stronger together. We've always been very strong with everything that I've kind of put us through. You know, she has to watch me in some of the, you know, the stuff that I do to myself. I know that it can't be easy for somebody to watch. So it's made us really strong. I think we set off on the Saturday morning, finished on the Sunday, then went to work on the Monday, and then just back on the spin bike on the Monday night. So your bum kind of gets used to sitting on that saddle.
Yeah.
My legs are just used to being tired, I think.
You're an unbelievable guy. You got an unbelievable family, remember that. Alright. And like you said, it's kind of, you think about stuff like your friend and stuff like that, don't you?
Yeah.
It puts life into perspective, doesn't it?
You know, and then we can just go for it really, and I can sit as comfortable as possible. Straight into it.
Maybe this kind of challenge coming up, it's going to even push you even more. I can kick the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. I think that's. Like I said, I had 2 days where I was just like, right, I'm done. I've got nothing to prove to anyone. You know I can run a long way. I know I can bike. I know I can just about swim. I've got nothing to prove. But then I was just like, if I just give up, then I'm just like every other person who's ever quit because something was a little bit hard. You know, or things didn't quite go your way. And I just think if we all did that, if we all just quit every time something doesn't quite go as you're wanting it to, then you'd never get anywhere.
Absolutely.
And then every kid that I've ever turned round to and said, yeah, life is hard, you know, then I'd just be a fraud, wouldn't I, if I gave up because it was a little bit tough.
How many you got there?
Well, if you're wondering which ones mean the most, Kerry had these made. Yeah. So like on each one there is actually an inscription, and then up there she's also put an inscription on it. The latest one, that was Ironman Staffordshire 2 weeks ago.
Was that hard?
Only because I was stupid. I forgot to put my socks in my bike bag. Right. So when I got off the bike to run, I had no socks. So it took all the skin off my left foot, and you can see like where all the blood was on the inside of my trainer. That's just kind of stained my shoe with my own blood, which is really pleasant. But that's how. That's like a simple mistake, you know, just something like that, and it's kind of cost me 2 weeks worth of running now. Most people watch me sweat and just think, how is that humanly possible? I've never met anyone that can sweat like me. And like somebody will come up to me and go, oh, I can sweat. And I just say to them, I can lose 1 stone in an hour.
Let me come down. Appreciate it. Best of luck to you. July 22nd.